Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, but welcome to a new location. I guess you also could be new to the channel and to this location. So I guess welcome sums it up. You're probably wondering, and you definitely probably couldn't tell by the title, wondering where I am right now. Or you have no idea who I am, so you're not wondering that because you don't expect me to be anywhere in particular. But I'm here in my new place. I'm so excited. I'm moving in about 2 weeks from now, so I thought it would be kind of a fun video to make to kind of document the place as it is before I get started with any painting or updates or oh my gosh, decorating. Decorating of any kind. Pretty much this chair I'm sitting in and two other couches are the only furniture I've got here so far. So it's basically an empty tour of the place, but yeah, mostly just for me to have to kind of see the progress, but I also thought it'd be fun to bring y'all along on the journey because that's like some of my favorite type of videos to watch are people doing little updates here and there to their house. And I love interior design, and this will be like the first place that I've lived that I kind of have more free reign because before this I've lived at home, and in college I lived in a student apartment, so it was already pre-furnished pretty much, so didn't have like a whole ton of creative freedom there. So I'm excited to have like everything kind of be to my taste for the most part. I started a few things here and there, like patching up some walls to prep for painting. I did some paint swatches, one wall color, one trim color, and one color for the cabinets. I kind of settled on like the color families that I wanted for each of them, so I was like, let me just test one of each. I never really done it where you like swatch a whole bunch of different colors, but I felt strongly enough about the colors that I was like, let me just try it with these, and if I don't like them then I can always test something else, but I feel like I might have gotten it right first try. I'm not sure how well you can see me because it's kind of backlit a little bit, but I don't have any curtains here right now. They had curtains just like within the like frame of the sliding door, but I really want to do them like closer to the ceiling, so it just feels bigger and isn't like, before it was like even if you had the curtains open it was still like blocking part of like the door, so I want to have it so they can push off to the sides. As you can see, there's a little piece missing here, so there was a mantelpiece here. I think I have a picture but I can insert it, but it was just kind of weirdly separated between like this main mantle and then like this part that they added, so I was gonna maybe like add in some wood, but it was also kind of a little off-centered, so I just decided to take it down. Also because in like arranging the living room, this is kind of like the only spot a TV could go, so now I'll be able to hang it not so high up, which I feel like is like what makes having a TV above the fireplace even worse, is having it really high up in the room. So I'll be able to put it a little bit lower, more eye level. But yeah, here you can see, I'm not sure like how it's gonna look on camera. I'll try turning this light off too to kind of show. It is kind of like not super warm white color. It's called Ginger Sugar by Bear. And then on here is the sample for the trim. So the fireplace will also be the trim color. It's called Otter Tail, which is so cute. I feel like if it's a good color, that's one thing, but if it also is a good name, that will just convince me to get it. Yeah, it's kind of like a gray, brown, like mushroomy kind of color, I would say. And yeah, it's super cute. I like the idea of doing like a painted trim because I feel like wood trim can look a little dated depending on what wood it is. I didn't want to just do like a white trim because I feel like that can look too modern maybe. So I wanted to have something a little modern, a little classic, so I thought having like the dark trim with the light walls was cute. And then I'll either do like a bright white probably on the ceiling just to touch up everything. The couches, I had been looking on Facebook Market because I needed some couches. Originally I was thinking of doing a sectional like this one and this one, but I feel like the three separate feels more open. It's not like blocking off a huge part of the room, it feels like. So yeah, I ended up finding this seat or this set for a really very reasonable price, and I split it with my roommate, so it was only a couple hundred for each of us, which you could definitely not get for anything in this like quality new, definitely not. So, and yeah, they're pretty comfortable. They definitely need to get like broken in a little bit because they've never really been used. So Some of the fabric's like a little like stiff, but just needs to be sat on a little bit longer. But I could manage that for sure. But I just love the stripe. It's so like different. I feel like most like couches that are for sale nowadays are usually just a solid color, especially ones that are on like Facebook. Like they're all just like gray or brown, like off-white. So I was so happy to find something that was like more unique, feels more like elevated, and it's kind of like a little statement piece, but still kind of, it's like not a super loud stripe or anything, so it's still like neutral enough to build the room around it, which is nice. I'll probably get like a second ottoman or coffee table to go here eventually, but that is not yet on the trajectory of now. The trajectory of now. Wow. We've got like nice fireplace. I love the tile. I'm not going to change that because it's cute. It's just nice and simple. The one thing I'm going to change is I'm going to like tape off and paint the brass parts of the fireplace door because like the brass just kind of stands out as like old, but I'm just going to get like a high heat black paint and it'll blend in nice and seamlessly, and the fireplace does work, which I'm so excited about. It'll be nice and cozy in here. Okay, I'm trying to like strategically stand in front of the one that I painted the swatch on so it can be like a little color reveal, but I could definitely just be missing it because I can't really see where I'm standing. Color reveal. That'll be really embarrassing if I was never covering it, but it's this nice blue color. It's called Thundercloud, and it looks, I feel like it looks really blue, at least in real life compared to like the wood, but it's actually a pretty subdued blue, like compared to my shirt. It's not that blue. Like it's a nice kind of calming, toned down blue. I love like a colorful kitchen cabinet, and I feel like green has been really popular for a while. So I was kind of looking into like what's it's like a classic, timeless, but still fun color to do. And a lot of them are either like reds, yellows, or blues. And I feel like especially with like having a lot of warm lighting, I didn't want anything to be too yellowy, so I kind of ruled out yellow. And I felt like the red might be too dark, so I landed on blue. And I had picked a few swatches, but this one was like definitely the clear winner out of those ones. And I feel like the color like combo of the three is super cutesy. I'll definitely be removing the ceiling fan and just putting in like a regular flush mount light, because right now I can kind of wear it as a hat when I'm in here, which is kind of honestly a fun feature I've never expected, but not necessarily something I'm looking for in a kitchen. Here's a better look at the cabinet color. I feel like it's reading pretty true on camera. And then these are some little knobs I'm testing out. I think I'm gonna go with these ones from IKEA. This is like the one that it came with. There's like wood to match it, but they're kind of feel a little clunky. So I thought like these little tiny ones are like a kind of like an off-white cream color, like actually pretty close to like a little, maybe like a couple shades darker than the wall color. So I think that looks nice. Yeah, I'm just super excited for the blue. Then she'll do some tile backsplash and everything, but that's probably gonna be a little down the line, but you'll be along the journey with me. And then this kind of like alcove here, it had like a little like shelf like protruding out here and the microwave in it. I'm not sure if I have a picture, but if I do, I will insert it. It just looked a little strange, like the microwave, I mean obviously the microwave has to be open a little bit in here for like the heat, and like I'm not really sure why. But it just kind of looked like kind of an afterthought, I guess, like, I don't know, it didn't look very intentional, I guess, and then it was kind of like impeding on this amount of like counter space that's here, by like sticking out like halfway through it. So I'm currently debating between getting some cabinet doors here, but I feel like it might be a little difficult to match like perfectly. The second option would be to just open this whole thing up. Just open the whole thing up and like take this out and add shelving and do like little open shelving for glasses and bowls and stuff. Or since it has an outlet in it already, and I usually keep like my blender and like electric kettle and stuff like that out on the counter, I was thinking of getting like one of those timbre doors. So it's like a little garage door that closes up in here. And then I'd be able to have like the appliances right in here, and you can just open it when you're gonna use them. Then they're nice and close, so you can keep like the counter space a little more open and free. And then the microwave is going to be over in the corner here. But I think I'm going to try to get a smaller one because it's kind of big. Me and my blue cabinet. And that brings us to the dining room. I don't love the light, so I will be replacing that eventually. I have an idea for a light that my friend Katie, shout out Katie, found. I'll put a picture here. It's like a mix of modern and retro. And since this light has to, I found out it's called the swag light when you like put it off to the one side to like make sure it's centered over the table. It has like a different like mechanism to be able to do that where it's not like ding ding. Anyway, I think it looks a lot more modern and like stylish, I guess, than just like the chain coming down. So I'm very excited about that. I think I'm gonna go with that light. Still exciting. It's a little more expensive, but all of like the other like flush mount lights I'm doing are just like $7 ones from IKEA that actually look very nice. Like they're just plastic, like the shade or whatever, but I feel like if it's like on the ceiling, you're never gonna be touching that. So as long as it looks nice, and then I can have like consistent lighting, consistent Kelvins across the place. So I'm thinking of painting the top molding just white since there's no molding like that anywhere else. Was thinking about like if I wanted to add it, but that's just not feasible, especially not before I move in. So just thinking of what's most feasible for now, and I can always change it later. But I'm thinking of just painting it to match the wall, and then the lower molding and down is going to be that otter tail color. So it'll be kind of like a wainscoting. I don't really know how you say that, but I was thinking of doing like the beadboard stuff, but again, I'm just trying to make it as effective as possible before I have to move in like 2 weeks. So I think just painting is probably going to be enough work on its own. So I am just focusing on that for now. And then, like I said, if I really wanted to add in the future, I think just having like the different sheen of paint, the different color will like give a pretty similar effect. So, and then once like there's a table and furniture and everything in here, you won't see it as much. So that is my plan. And then yeah, I feel like with the new paint colors, it'll just be like brightened up in here. I like having like the warm lights, which just kind of is, but I feel like having warm lights and warm paint colors makes it very warm, like too warm, too yellowy. So I feel like having the like cooler paint colors, I don't know if you can see the one back there, but have them there. I feel like having the cool paint colors, it feels like nice and clean and like more bright, but also still having like the yellowish lighting still has the calming effect that you want it to have. Okay, I really need to get a wide angle lens for this camera because it's pretty limited on what it can show, but also it's so echoey in this room right now. Definitely need some furniture in here, but it has a nice vaulted ceiling in here, which is really nice. This is going to be my studio space, which I'm so excited to have. It's got a ton of natural light with the sliding door here and windows. Eventually I do want to paint in here too, but it's just, I hope it doesn't sound so weird. It sounds so echoey just talking in here. The paint in here is like okay for now. If I don't get it to it before I move in, that's okay. Like the wall color I think is fine. If anything, I would just paint the trim. Next, we are in what will be my bedroom. I'm gonna try closing these to see if it'll be less backlit. Well, it's not really any less backlit. Right now there's only a ceiling fan in here and no light, so I'm gonna be also changing that too, just one of the flush mounted IKEA lights. I'm gonna have my bed like here. And then probably like my wardrobe here maybe. I'm gonna have Otis's stuff set up in here. Otis is my cat if you're new. He's awesome, so you're gonna love him, so stick around even if it's just for him. I understand. Again, the paint color in here is like fine, it's just like a light blue, so I'm totally fine with that, at least for now, if I don't get to it before I move in. And again, I might do the trim before, but the main like kitchen, living, entryway space is like my main priority for pre-moving. We're in the bathroom just off of the bedroom. It definitely has not been updated, probably ever, but Still in pretty good shape, so most likely will not be able to change anything before I move in, but eventually I do plan on it. One thing particularly, I think you can kind of see in the camera, but oh, like that, yeah. It's actually worse for me. I can only see maybe to about here on me, so that's fun. But honestly, not mad about the medicine cabinet. Like it's pretty cute, so if it was fixed up a little bit, but I definitely want to be able to move it up a little bit, move up the sink a little bit, because right now that's what I would look like washing my hands. So for my back, I think I need to raise this up a little bit. And then behind you, I just changed one of the lights. I'll show you because this is the same light that I'm using everywhere. Just like a little flush mount. I'll put in a picture of what it was like before, and that's pretty similar to the ones that I've changed out so far. There was one at the entryway that was like a little lantern that I changed, so now it's a little easier to get in and out because it's not protruding from the wall. One at the top of the stairs entering the unit. I think that's all the ones I changed so far. One more that I changed was here in the hallway. It's interesting because the reviews on IKEA said, someone was like, they are so dim, like way dimmer than I thought they would be. And they are not dim at all, in my opinion. I don't know if you'd want to be getting like blinded in your apartment, but. Last room I'm gonna show you is the main bathroom. It's a little hard to show because my camera's not wide angle like I said, but we'll work on that. So there's a shower back here, just like a typical glass shower door. And toilet right here. And then just like, there's kind of a pretty similar vanity as the other one, but you can see the shower in there. Similar vanity, just a little wider. They actually left this little box thing, which is kind of cute. I'm not sure if I'll keep it on this wall or move it somewhere else, but I like that it's original to the place and it's like a little reminder of the previous person, so that's cute. Yeah, and then I'm getting new bulbs for this because I don't like the ones where you can see the filaments, and it's not dimmable at all. So it's just like all or none. So I got some that are like frosted and more dim. Eventually, I will want to paint the bathrooms and maybe do tiling, change out the vanities and everything, but can't do it all at once. Budget and time will not allow for it. So I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. Bye. This is actually really comfortable.